So let's talk about this issue of his money is our money, my money is my money. First of all, the fact that we are discussing this means that money is a very important factor in our lives. And it is. We cannot ignore the money matter. Everybody needs money to survive. We need to be able to transact. We have wants, we have needs, we have responsibilities, we have things to do, and we need to be able to transact with money. Even children need money. It's just that they are reliant on their parents to provide the money. And so, as we grow into adulthood, we definitely need money, and it's a matter that needs to be discussed. So, where did this issue of his money, our money, where did it stem from? It started primarily from an era when men were the primary or sole providers in their homes, while women were the primary carers. They stayed at home, took care of the children, took care of the home, and did every other thing, domestic chores mostly. And so the man who had to go out and earn money was the one who was responsible for all the expenses in the house. And obviously, his money had to be our money because everybody got to spend out of that money. But women also have their personal needs, personal wants, and personal responsibilities, maybe to extended family, other things that are not part of the nuclear family. Maybe you want to give somebody, you want to give to your parents, you have other things that you want to do as well outside your nuclear family, or you have personal needs or wants. And so whatever money she was able to glean while carrying out her primary responsibilities at home was seen as what she would use for her personal needs or wants, or whatever she needed to spend it on. But since she was taking care of the home fully and domestic activities, the man was obligated to make his money available for everyone else. And so that's the mindset where this whole thing stems from. In order to get it right today, we have to do a situational analysis. Number one, what really are the issues? Before you start arguing as a woman about, oh yeah, my husband needs to provide everything, or as a collective group, we start saying, oh, men are the primary providers and all that. We have to look at exactly what it is that the issues are. What exactly are we fighting for? The reason it's important is that sometimes we lose the battle when we are fighting for the wrong thing. What exactly is it that we want out of this matter? And it is a personalized battle. We have to do a situational analysis of what is going on in your particular circumstance. First of all, let me explain that the main issue really most times comes down to discretionary income. If the man is paying school fees, paying the rent, buying all the food stuff at home and all that, his money is our money, so to speak. The real issue that is underpinning this matter is the issue of discretionary income. My money, the money that I can spend individually for myself, or the money that my husband can spend individually for himself, that is where the real issue is. Now, let's look at it objectively. Like I said before, there are personal expenses that you have. So let's do a situational analysis. Scenario 1, both of you are earning quite well, maybe similar amounts, or sometimes the woman is even earning more. Scenario 2, this woman is mostly a stay-at-home mom. She runs some form of business from home, but she can't make a whole lot of money because she's distracted by her home duties. And so you find out that she spends more time on domestic activities, taking care of the children, so she can't really go out there and make a whole lot of money. I would also add to scenario 1, those who run a business and they're breaking even and they have quite a bit of income coming in from that. What is the right thing to do in such situations? Is it still his money? Is it our money? My money is my money. What is the right thing to do? Now, you would quickly notice that both situations differ. They are both very different. In the first situation, where both of you have an equal amount of money, or roughly the same amount of money, or the woman is even earning more than the man. It's a very different situation from when the woman is not earning enough money to even cover her basic needs. Or say maybe the husband is earning 500,000, the woman is able to make from her business, or is able to earn every month maybe 100,000. There is no one size fits all answer, but whatever your case is, we have to be able to analyze it on its own merit, and you have to be able to present it according to the unique circumstances. In an ideal situation, there should be full disclosure. Everybody knows what everybody earns. We probably have a joint account where we put in money that goes towards keeping the home, and then we both have an amount that is discretionary income for both of us. But we know that many marriages, typically Nigerian marriages and African marriages, are not ideal. There are surrounding circumstances to most stories, and that is what makes it difficult to say this is the clear-cut path to take. Like I said before, the main thing you need to do is to understand your unique circumstances and understand what it is exactly that you are fighting for. So in a situation where a man is earning maybe 500,000, a woman is earning 100,000, and maybe household expenses, just for the sake of argument, 200,000, I would say, yeah, let's donate equal. It can never be equitable, because 100,000 is 100% of this woman's money. 100,000 from the man is 20% of his income. So it can't be equitable. That means for the rest of her discretionary income, she's going to have to go and be asking, which is not a very comfortable position to be in. Not only is it uncomfortable, it is not ideal, it's not right. No adult should have to be at the mercy of another adult to earn an income, to have money that they can spend on discretionary things. Even if you say a percentage, what you will find is that the man is still controlling most of the finances in the home. In a situation, however, where they are both earning money, maybe the wife is even earning more, if you put it the other way around, it's also going to come to the same thing on the side of the man. However, there's also the aspect of mental loading or domestic loading for us to think about. Who is carrying the mental load of the domestic chores? If the woman is carrying the domestic load and then she's adding an equal amount, that means you are putting most of the responsibility for the home on her. Some women may not mind. However, the thing is, we want to be equitable. We want to make sure that nobody is overburdened while the other person is unburdened. We want to make sure that everybody has access to some money that they can spend on their own, and that is the real issue. Women, when you are presenting your case in this matter, understand what your real needs are. What are you saying? Is it that you are saying you are the one carrying more of the burden because you are carrying 100% of the domestic burden in terms of mental load, running the household, and you are also expected to donate or to contribute an equal amount? Or is it that you don't have any discretionary income of your own? What exactly is your own personal matter? That is what we should be addressing. And like I said before, there's no fixed way of addressing these things. We have to take each case on its own merit. But I can prescribe some things. Number one, look at your unique situation. In some situations, one spouse is a spendthrift. They can spend money. So they go out, they spend all their money, and then they expect that things will be taken care of by the other person. I think that you need to both sit down and agree on what needs to be done in the home. Also discuss how the income situation is. For some women, especially women that have small children, it can be very, very difficult to earn anything. Even if you are running a business, it can be difficult to give your energy to that business in such a way that you earn enough to contribute to the home. So make it clear. But you also have to be fair in what you are requiring as discretionary income. If your husband is carrying all the weight of school fees, rent, feeding, everything, how how much is left at the end of the month. Remember, he still has to go to work, transport, all that. By the time you look at all that, look at what is left at the end of the month and say, okay, maybe even if it's 5,000 naira, maybe that can go for me. Do you understand? You have to look at it based on the unique circumstances in your own household. Don't just demand, oh, you're earning 500, you should be able to give me 30,000. Look at the expenses within the home. And look at the load he's having to carry, what he has to spend to go to work and all that. And then let your demands be placed on that. You are more likely to win when you analyze situations, or you're more likely to get what you want or what you need when you analyze situations, when you show that you have a proper understanding, a logical understanding of what's going on, rather than jumping in and just making an emotional demand. Be fair in what you're demanding. If you are earning some income for yourself, it may be that, okay, let him take care of all that. I'm taking care of the domestic duties, and whatever little I earn for myself, I can use that to sort out my own personal expenses. And then you're going to have to cut your coat according to your cloth, not necessarily according to your size, because some of us are really big, but our cloth is small. Maybe you have to sew waistcoat or monkey jackets until you are able to afford more cloth. On the other hand, if you have plenty of cloth, you may be able to make an abaya or a skirt suit or a trouser suit or whatever you want, because you have enough leeway. All right. So understand what the issues are, understand your unique circumstances, and make sure that your demand is fair and clear. You just say, oh, I need money. You have to be fair. Where is this man getting money from? How is he getting it? Also, the other thing is, don't make this mistake that I've seen some women make. Don't make the mistake of saying, oh yeah, my husband should handle rent, should handle the big things like rent, like school fees, like car expenses, while I take care of day-to-day expenses like food and feeding and all that. Hey, now one chance. So the reason is that sometimes those little expenses add up to a lot more, and you'll be shocked at the responsibility you are taking on. Don't take on a responsibility that is not on you. Sit down, wait, look at it in actual numeric terms. How much is this man spending averagely in a year, and break it down to months? How much am I spending averagely in a year, and break it down to months? How much can I fairly ask for in terms of discretionary income if he's the one earning everything? And if I'm making some money for myself and I have an income from maybe a business or something I'm doing, is it fair to still take from him for discretionary income? It may even be that at the end of the day, if your husband is earning 500,000, for example, and he's the one doing everything in the home, and you are earning 100,000 and he's not asking you for anything, he leaves everything to you, you may actually find out that your discretionary income is more than his. Do I need to support with something and say, okay, I'm going to be putting 30,000 or 40,000 every month towards the home, so that you are left with your 60,000, which is your discretionary income, right? Remember that out of your discretionary income, you have to save. Remember to have money for the rainy day. Don't be that woman that spends everything, every week, every cloth, you have to just do these things every month, whose appetite or whose wardrobe expands with her income. You just have to add that in. Be thrifty with your money. I'm sure you learned something from this video. Share with me in the comments below. Would you like to be part of a thriving community of women where we exchange ideas and carry out activities to help us grow as women? Click the link to join the Valiant Women's Network in the description below. Till I come your way again next time. Ciao!